Well, I was in the Commission responsible for many different things, including justice and protection of values like democracy. And here comes the issue of corruption, because corruption is always mentioned by the citizens when they are asked why they are less and less trusting democratic system. And they say there is a very strong feeling, we have a feeling of unfairness, injustice, inequality, and abuse of power from the side of those who won elections. And when I received this topic, I started to study back the directive against corruption, which was in fact written by me and my team. We can go back to that, but I will now spare you of that. I would like to zoom out a little bit and look at the system in which corruption has a tendency to flourish. And I will quote Anne Applebaum, who said that now we are in the era of predators, the leaders, the governors, the people who think that they got a mandate from the God, and they want to govern and lead without any limitations. And here comes the second quote of Lord John Acton, who said that power tends to corrupt, and absolute power tends to corrupt absolutely. And here comes our trouble in the EU, but not only in the EU member states, because we see that together with the effort to increase the power and get rid of the limitations, we see the weakening of the role and power of the media, the attacks on judiciary and dismantling of independent judiciary dismantling is too strong, but effect or negative pressure on judiciary in several member states. And we need a weakening voice of the civil society. These are three uncomfortable actors for those who want to govern without any limit. And I wanted to give you this context because I think that if somebody says we have to take a very successful action against corruption, we need at the same time to protect those who have the role in the society to control those in power. And I think that it's quite obvious that, as I said, in the European Union we have increased distrust of people in the democratic system, and that's why the European Union, the Commission, introduced a lot of measures to stop the trend, to support the media, to support the civil society, and to protect the judiciary, and to act against those who really are obviously abusing the power. And here I will stop here because I know I should be short, but I will use the example of Hungary because in Hungary, Viktor Orbán introduced or developed over 16 years the system of unlimited power. And OLAF, the European Office on Investigating fraud, reported really many very serious cases of corruption and fraud. And it resulted in stopping the EU funding going to Hungary. And it was unprecedented. It happened in case of Poland before, but for Hungary, still before elections now, the EU froze 19 billion euro. So I just want to tell you that we have a lot of, I would say, more or less efficient tools to decrease corruption. We, from the EU or the Commission level, push the member states to have the anti-corruption strategies, to have the digitalized registers of the public procurements, to have a good related legislation. And at the same time, when it doesn't work, the EU has the way how to really punish the corruption in the member state by stopping the EU money. So we are not helpless, but it is never the end of the story, because it will always be the case that there will be corruption cases, and maybe I will stop here. I promise I will stop. I come from the country which went through the revolution in 1989. I come from Czechia, or those days Czechoslovakia. I remember the times when it was a kind of publicly accepted position or a feeling that corruption is inevitable and is normal. Only after the society gets rid of this, after there is a very clear feeling or also statement from the side of politics, and media go after the cases, so after this changes and it's clear that corruption is unacceptable and has to be punished, only in such country you can really decrease the level of corruption.